Thanks for inviting us here today. The other investors, occupiers are here as well. Just to tell you a little bit about why it happened. We work for a company that was making millions and millions of pounds profit, never losing a penny. They offered us to transfer over to a new type of technology so we could build blades for the onshore market in the UK. And we did everything we could to meet all their targets. All the shift changes we had to put up with, all the bullying from the bosses, the anti-union stacks, so we couldn't stand up for ourselves, really. A consultation period which we went into, which we were allowed no say in at all. They wouldn't tell us how much redundancy payments we were going to get or anything. And all we were asking was we got a better redundancy payments for the people who wanted it because we're going into a recession which was going to be really bad, and that's turned out to be really bad. So people could survive, because the area we live in, on the island, is very, revolves around the tourist industry. So in the summer there's lots of jobs, and in the winter there's not. Vestas was one of the bigger employers on the island that paid a decent wage, or a reasonable wage. There aren't many on the island. So it was a shock when they came in and told us that was it. We were all losing our jobs. We expected a few to go, but not everyone. And I think there's well over 450 people went in the end. A lot of them are still looking for work now, and they're now signing on and trying to find work, and there just isn't work. So it's affecting them. They're losing their houses now because of it. It's having impact on their families because of this and all sorts. It's still ongoing. It just needs to stop, all that sort of thing. So we decided to make a stand and we took over the factory. The occupation lasted for 18 days before the bailiffs come in and evicted us, but we carried on the campaign afterwards as well, and the campaign is still going on now. And I think it will probably go on for a long time because they're not just going to give investors. The whole company is based around bullying, and that's what we're fighting every time when we come up against them. But we're still fighting for the reinstatement of the 11 sacked workers and the redundancy payments for them. The RMT have been really good to us, the way they've supported us, and we'll support them, and we'll also recruit the RMT that everyone who starts joining Vestas again, because they are going to take on people again. They're building a brand new facility, which they're getting millions of pounds worth in grants for. It's something like 80 million they've got from CEDA and from the government. So I'm building a new place, and it's literally less than a mile up the road, where they're going to just start employing people again to build blades. They were saying there wasn't a market in the UK, but there is the market in the UK, and it's been proven there's other wind turbine companies come to this country now. So there is definitely a market for them. So we will recruit. We're going to stand outside the factory and recruit people into the union, advise as many people as possible to join the unions, so this doesn't happen again. It's meant to, wind turbines are meant to be the future of the planet, or way of helping the planet and everyone who lives here. So to actually close that factory down is ridiculous. We asked the government to nationalise it, and they refused. Their answer was, why should they want to own a wind turbine company? We had various talks with different MPs. Various MPs turned up, but they did nothing, just to show their face because of what we did. We met with our local council. They've done nothing but sort of lie to us over everything. They refused all planning permission for wind turbines on the island, which hasn't helped, and hasn't helped in other places as well where that's happened. And that needs to change. We've organised rallies and marches and carried on all through the summer, right to the winter, putting pressure on Vestas and the government to try and sort this out. Vestas absolutely refused to do anything about it at all, refused to talk to us, refused to sell the factory. Even when there was buyers willing to take over the factory and continue production, they wouldn't even talk to them about it and wouldn't continue to do that. We had continuous threats from the bosses there that we'd never work again for what we've done. It was a totally peaceful protest the whole way through. They wouldn't feed us. We let food in to start with, so we didn't have any food. We did get fed in the end, a minimal amount of a poor quality as well, but we carried on.
Would you just let the speaker finish, please? It's quite difficult speaking to such a big crowd anyway, and it would be helpful if people couldn't interrupt.
The effect it has as well is on the community where it's small islands. It has a big impact on the community on the island. Through what we did, I think everyone, or near enough everyone on the island, knows all about Vestas and knows about what we've done. You speak to people now, they all know Vestas and the problems there. And it brought the community together. I've never seen anything like it. I think we were all really surprised. And the amount of support we got from other workers, just messages of support, solidarity, money that came in to help us fund the campaign and keep us going as well, which is still happening. It's amazing that happens. We've been out, we've supported other workers on their picket lines as well, and that's what should happen. Other workers going out and supporting them. Shows that they're not on their own, like there is other people willing to stand up and fight for them, and the community gets behind them as well, which is good. And that's what needs to happen, and that's the only way things are going to change. People start standing together and standing up for each other.